Welcome, friends. Today's story is truly heart-touching. Snow is falling heavily. The cold wind cuts through the night. A mother arrives at her daughter's home by surprise. As she steps closer, she hears laughter and cheerful voices from inside. The family is celebrating by the fireplace, but then her eyes fall on something that rips her heart apart. Outside in the freezing snow, her daughter sits shivering without even a blanket. Her face is pale, her body trembling from the cold, and yet no one from inside has cared to notice. The mother's eyes fill with tears. She runs to her daughter, lifts her into her arms, and holds her tightly against her chest. Her heart breaks to see that in a house full of warmth and joy, her own child has been left abandoned in the snow. With silent strength, the mother walks inside carrying her daughter. The room instantly falls quiet. The laughter dies down. Everyone stares. And with only her eyes, the mother speaks louder than words. "My daughter is worth more than your celebration." That moment becomes a lesson for everyone in the room. Scene end. Friends, this story reminds us that love and care are more precious than any celebration. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. This is your channel, Soul of Kindness. The room remains frozen in silence as the mother places her shivering daughter gently on a chair near the fireplace. The warmth of the flames touches her pale face, but her body is still trembling from the cold. The husband's family lowers their eyes in guilt, yet none of them dares to step forward. The mother's heart aches. How could they celebrate while her daughter suffered in the snow? She kneels beside her daughter, covering her with her own shawl. Tears stream down her face as she whispers, "You will never be alone as long as I breathe. A mother's arms will always protect you." The daughter, weak but emotional, clutches her mother's hand and whispers through trembling lips, "I thought they would care for me, but they left me outside like I was nothing." The mother holds her tighter, her voice breaking yet strong enough for the whole family to hear. "The world can turn its back on you, but a mother never will. Remember, my child, you are more valuable than all the fire in this house, more precious than any laughter that ignores your tears." Everyone in the room feels the weight of her words. The laughter that once filled the house now turns into shameful silence. The truth burns brighter than the fire in the hearth. And friends, this scene shows us that a mother's love is the greatest shield against cruelty and neglect. The daughter slowly begins to warm near the fire, but her eyes are filled with pain that no warmth can erase. She looks at her husband, who sits silently, his head bowed. He cannot meet her gaze. The mother's heart burns with both anger and sorrow. She stands tall, her voice trembling yet powerful. "You celebrated while my child froze outside. Do you know what that means? It means your fire means nothing. Your laughter means nothing. Because compassion was missing from this home." The family lowers their heads, but the mother does not stop. She steps closer to her son-in-law, her eyes piercing into his soul. A husband is meant to protect, not abandon. A family is meant to embrace, not reject. If this is how you treat her, then you don't deserve her tears, let alone her love. The daughter begins to cry, whispering softly, "Mother, I stayed silent because I wanted to belong here. But today I realized I never did." The mother pulls her close, her voice filled with both pain and strength. Belonging doesn't come from a roof or a fire. It comes from hearts that care. And if they cannot give you that, then know this: you always belong with me. The fire crackles, the celebration dies completely, and shame fills the room. For the first time, the family begins to realize that the true warmth was never in the fireplace. It was in the love they failed to show. Friends, this scene reminds us wealth, warmth, and celebration mean nothing without kindness. A cold heart can make even the brightest fire useless. The daughter clings to her mother, tears streaming down her face. The family sits frozen, their celebration turned into silence heavy with guilt. The crackling fire no longer sounds joyful. It echoes like a reminder of their cruelty. The mother looks around the room, her voice breaking yet filled with strength. "Do you realize what you've done? You left a daughter of this house to freeze in the snow, while you warmed yourselves by the fire. A home without compassion is nothing more than walls and wood. Without love, even the brightest fire turns cold. Her words pierce through every heart in the room. The husband finally raises his head, shame visible in his eyes. He tries to speak, but his voice falters. The mother cuts him off firmly. You had a chance to stand by her, and you failed. A man's true strength is not measured by his pride, but by how he protects the one who trusts him with her life. The daughter looks into her mother's eyes, whispering softly, I thought I lost everything tonight, but you reminded me. I still have you. The mother embraces her tighter, replying with tears in her eyes. As long as I breathe, you will never be alone. You are my pride, my heartbeat, and no family's neglect can ever take that away. Slowly, the daughter stands with her mother. The two walk toward the door. The warmth of the fire behind them fades, but the warmth of their bond shines brighter than anything left in that house. The family remains in silence, realizing too late that they had lost something far more valuable than celebration. They had lost love, trust, and honor. As the door closes, the mother whispers to her daughter, Sometimes, child, leaving the fire behind is the only way to find true warmth. Friends, this story teaches us that love, care, and respect are what truly make a home. Without them, even the grandest celebrations are empty. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. This is your channel, Soul of Kindness. The mother and daughter step outside into the snowy night. The cold air stings, yet it feels freer than the suffocating silence of that house. The snowflakes fall gently on their faces, but this time, the mother's embrace shields her daughter from the cold. The daughter looks back once at the house, its windows glowing with firelight, but its warmth now meaningless. She whispers with trembling lips, Mother, I once thought this place was my home. But tonight I realized walls cannot give shelter if hearts inside are cold. The mother wipes away her tears, holding her face tenderly. My child, home is not where you live, it is where you are loved. And if this world turns against you, know that my arms will always be your home. The daughter breaks down, sobbing into her mother's chest. The snow keeps falling, yet the mother's strength becomes her daughter's warmth. At that very moment, a few neighbors who had heard the commotion step outside. They see the young woman in tears, shivering, her mother shielding her. Shock spreads across their faces. Whispers begin to rise. How could they treat her this way? Celebrating inside while she froze in the snow? The family inside notices the voices and peeks through the window. The shame that was once hidden now becomes a storm of truth outside. Their cruelty is no longer a secret. It is exposed to the world. The mother holds her daughter's hand firmly, her voice steady. Let them see, my child. Let them all see. No humiliation can break you. No rejection can define you. Because you are stronger than their cruelty, and you will rise above it. The daughter, though broken, begins to feel a spark of courage in her mother's words. Her tears fall, but for the first time that night, she whispers with a faint but growing strength, Yes, Mother, I will rise. And together, mother and daughter walk into the snow, leaving behind not just a house, but an entire chapter of pain. What they carry forward is something greater, dignity, courage, and an unbreakable bond of love. Friends, this scene teaches us that no cruelty can break a heart that has love to heal it, and no fire can warm a soul that is starved of kindness. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. This is your channel, Soul of Kindness.